Okay, so welcome to Better Together Hour. We meet every Monday at 6:30. Well, this week is a little bit different because Christy's still in Walt Disney World until tonight, and Brandy's really sick. She's been throwing up since yesterday, so I gave them the day off. We are better together, but I didn't want to not do this for the sake of consistency and you guys always hopping in on Monday nights to join us. So I appreciate that. I'm going to start just with some quick announcements in case you didn't know. Today, the Christmas favorites collection launched. The lid for the truck is gone and the cardinal warmer is already sold out, but everything else is still available. So still be advertising that to your people. The holiday bricks are also available, $24 each, or if they buy two, they can choose any two, mix or match for $40. Bring Back My Buddies came out today, and then we do have a join special this month. Don't forget about it. It's a good one. They use the $99 kit, but they get a deluxe diffuser for free and a peppermint and vanilla oil for free. So it's like over $70 worth of free stuff if they join this month. So be sure to be letting your people know about that. Tonight I'm gonna be really casual, and I hope that you guys will jump in and ask questions because that's kind of the way I want it to be. But I want to just talk a little bit about October, November, the holiday months, and setting goals for those because October and November are really going to be your busiest months of this whole year. The whole entire year, October and November, because of the holidays. People, when it starts getting cozy outside and cold, people want their house to smell good and they start lighting their candles if they haven't been, and they start buying presents. So you're going to find that this can be a really crazy time of the year, but it's a really fun time of the year too. But if you don't plan accordingly, it can be over in the blink of an eye, right? Because guess what? October's almost over already, right? And then we just have November left. And for those of you that are new, which I think all of you, this is your first season, in December, we have a cutoff date for shipping. It's usually around the 18th of December. They'll announce it later what it's going to be. But after that, it really goes like dead. And I love that because that gives me time to enjoy Christmas with my family and get ready for my holidays. But when you think about it, you only have about 3 weeks of selling, 2 to 3 weeks of selling in December. So if you were thinking that's going to be your big month, it's not going to be your big month because it's like cut in half. So you really need to take advantage of the holidays during October and November. So November, I would say, because our little October's about half over here. So the other thing that I wanted to, hey, Cara's on here too, another new consultant. That's awesome. All of you are newer, and some people are comparing this year to 2020 and 2021, but I just wanted to encourage you not to compare to 2020 and 2021 because those were crazy years. Those were years that aren't typical, aren't normal. So if you're comparing your this year to 2020 or 2021, you're gonna maybe be a little disappointed because it's not as good. But if you compare this year to 2019, which was a really good year still, you're gonna find that we're up. So this is gonna be our third best year ever. After 2020 and 2020 and 2021. So it's still a really, really good year. And there's still a lot of it to make up here. So I want to just talk for a second too about goals. So I think it's really important to set goals every month and not just goals for sales, but also goals for new team members, Scentsy club members, all of that. So if you guys would just hop on real quick and don't be afraid to talk because I want to be interactive, but could you let us know what your goal is each month? just right now, your PRV goal. What's your PRV goal or your sales goal each month? Do you have one?
I started with 500 this month and I'm about ready to hit 1,000.
Yay!
I know, it's shocker to me too.
Okay, so that tells you your goal needs to be higher.
Right?
That's awesome. Awesome. Who else has a monthly sales goal?
So I started mine off at 500, and then after meeting that consistently for a couple months, I bumped it up to 1,000.
Good.
So that's what I'm looking for.
And Cara and Alyssa, I know you guys are super new, so you can holler out if you want, or I'll give you a pass if you don't. But Alyssa's already super close to 1,000. Like, she's doing really great.
My goal is right now just 200. That's not my own sales.
And there you go. Have other people buy. That's a good goal. Casey, what about you? Did you hear? What's your sales goal each month?
Connection.
Okay. Sales goal
What'd
each month?
Do I set a goal each month?
What's your sales goal each month? Or what's your sales goal?
It's 1,000. That's my goal, and I always hope to exceed over that.
Yep.
But that's my minimum.
Okay, good. I sometimes think when people start that they start with like that $200 goal because they want to get active, right? That's what Scentsy has you do. But if you think about that, if you want to sell $200 a month, guess what you're going to get in commissions? $50. Is that your goal? Do you want to earn $50 a month? If you do, that's great. And that can take your kids maybe to the movies or something like that. If you set your goal at $500 a month, with 25%, you're going to be making $125. Is that enough for what you want? So I would kind of think to throw it backwards and think about what you want to make, how much money you want to make, and then set your PRV goal based on that. Okay, so if you want to make $500 a month extra, you're going to want to shoot for $2,000 because 2,000 is going to get you 600, 1,500. If you get even a little bit under that, it just is so close to pop into that 600 that you should just let go for the 2,000. Anytime, any month where you sell 2,000, Scentsy gives you an extra 5%. So for that whole month, you're going to be making 30% instead of 25%. And that happens even if you hit 2,000 on the very last day of the month. Even if you didn't, you sold 1,000 for all, and then that last day you get to 2,000, they're going to give you 30% on everything that you sold that month, not just that day. Okay. Same with if you get certified. So if you're Alyssa, when you hit certified, if you do it by the end of this month, Scentsy's going to give you 25% on everything you sold this month, not just from that day forward. Okay, so they kind of work on the month like that. Another, like if you wanted $900 a month, you're going to have to sell $3,000 yourself to get $900 a month in commission, which might kind of sound like a lot, but I want you to start thinking a little bit too about building a team. Because when you build a team, that $900 a month can turn into $2,000 a month with you selling the same amount of PRV, but then you're going to get paid commission on what the people under you sell. Okay, just kind of try to think bigger, like those bigger, scarier dreams kind of thing. I just want to give you an example, and I'll put the income claim disclosure on this video so you know. But last month, I got $2,500 in commission just on what I sold. So just me, just on what I sold. Now I've been doing this for 13 years, guys, so don't compare you to me, but I want to give you an idea of what's possible, okay? So me, 2,500, but guess what I made on the team? Under me, like everybody under me, 5,000, over 5,000. So I doubled what I made myself, even though I had really good sales last month, on what I made on my team. So think big picture. So when you're setting a goal for PRV, that's great. And I want you to have a PRV goal, but also set a goal for how many new recruits you want each month. This is what I did from day one. When I started 13 years ago, my goal was always 2,000 a month. And then later, when I got smart, then I added 2 new team members. I added that to my goal, 2 new team members. So $2,000, 2 new team members. So if your goal now is $1,000, maybe you want to try to add 1 new team member. Maybe you want to go for 2 new team members. Why not shoot for the stars? If you could say 2, maybe you'll get 1. That's okay, but don't not have a new recruit goal attached to your sales goal. Don't forget about that part of it, because that's where the magic happens, and that's when it's going to get fun and those paychecks are going to get really big. Do any of you have a goal every month for new team members yet already? Will you tonight after this call?
I always have a goal for at least one, but it's just not happening.
That's okay. As long as you're trying, as long as you have that goal. And maybe at the end of the month when you don't get it, you think, dang, I didn't get it again. I need to try something different, or I need to have more of those recruiting conversations. That's a good thing. And at the end of the month, maybe sometime when you have 1, you're going to celebrate, or when you have 2, you're going to go, oh my gosh, now I can go for 2 a month. But if you're not even trying, then it's not even going to happen. So I just want to throw that out there. Another thing that I try to set a goal for is to have 2 new Scentsy Club members each month. So Scentsy Club is a really cool thing Scentsy does, where you can get people to have monthly subscriptions with you. And that's just reoccurring money that's going to happen every month. I'm finally to the point where I get about $500 in PRV every month just from my Scentsy Club subscriptions, where I don't even have to do anything really. I like to spoil them. And I like to tell people about Scentsy Club. But if I didn't tell people about Scentsy Club, I wouldn't have that, and I wouldn't have that extra PRV every month. So do any of you have Scentsy Club subscribers yet? Anybody? Casey, awesome. Casey, how did you get yours?
Oh, geez, let's see. Different ways. One of them I've had since the very, very beginning. She has 1 bar in her club. She gets it, or 2 bars, sorry. She gets it every 3 months. It's Cozy Cardigan. And I met her at a friend's party. That's all she's ever really ordered, ever. And but we keep contact, and I sent her, thank yous and messages up. But she was at a party, she fell in love with that scent, and she just doesn't want to live without it. So that's that was my very first one. And then basically how I've gotten my clubs is that way. Just I tell them it's getting the end of the catalogs are coming, and they're like, I just tell them straight up, you know what, this whole catalog, you've been buying this from me and it's going to go away. So if you want to still get it, let's do a club. You can put 1 bar, you can put 20, 30, 40 bars in there. It doesn't matter what you go, and you can mix and match them, and you can take them out or put them in or whatever, and then explain the situation about it. But that's usually how I've gotten all my clubs.
That's
my
awesome.
latest
and always
one
get
for
my
sure.
bar is like the best little club perk.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And that's pretty much what all my clubs are bars. I did have a lady who had she used to get the scents of the month room spray when we still had the room sprays that used to, we came. So she used to get that in there, and then her club was so big that she found the perk that she could get the half off thing, and so she would get a flower because she had a couple flowers in there. So she's backed off a little bit, but she used to get all of those in there. So
Awesome. So for those of you who are super new, Club has a couple of really awesome perks. One is any club order over $30, you get 10% off the entire order. And then any club order over $60, you still get the 10% off everything, but you also get a half price item. And that's the only way that you can get our whiff box for half price. So that's a really good selling point too. And then they can earn rewards on what they buy and what their friends buy. They can get a referral link, and if their friends join the club. So club is an amazing little thing that I think we forget about. And I just want to give you just a couple tips on ways that I've gotten my club members, or the way I try to grow that each month with my goal of 2. One, on my little daily checklist, I have post about Scentsy Club on there, because I'll forget. I'll forget for a week. I'll forget for 2 weeks. Maybe you guys are the same way. Have you posted about Scentsy Club this week or last week? Maybe not, because you forget about it. There's so many other things going on. So have yourself some kind of reminder that when you're doing posts each day, post somewhere. You don't have to post on your Facebook page every day about Scentsy Club, but Facebook page, business page, VIP group, you know what I mean? Sprinkle it around. The other thing that I do is in the Scentsy consultant store, they have these cool labels. They're huge, right? And they're customizable. So I put those on all my order bags. So every order bag that goes out my door gets one of those on the outside of it. And then on the inside of it, I have this little wrap card that I made up on Vistaprint that tells them about Scentsy Club and has a sample so they can smell it. And it says, add this to your Scentsy Club today. A lot of times I'll put an LTO on there. This is the Gimme Candy. So on the outside, you're teasing them to join Scentsy Club. And then on the inside, you're showing them actually how to do it. Another thing that I do is I have a video that I made, and I did it on Zoom. You can record on Zoom if you didn't know that. So I shared my screen and I went into my website and I created a club order. Or I went in there and I showed them mine and showed them how to edit it. Because I think sometimes when you say, do you want to join the club? Go build a subscription. They're like, what are you talking about? And how do you even do that? But when you can show them visually how easy it is, and it's fun, like our website's set up really good now with it wasn't always that way. At the beginning, Scentsy Club was kind of confusing, but now it's really kind of fun. So it's just, I've made it into a YouTube video. So now I can share that with somebody who's interested in it. Say, it's this easy, go do it. I can share it with somebody who wants to change their club. It's this easy, go do it. Or I can just share it on social media anywhere. I try to put that in my VIP group a couple times. Every so often. So that's another thing you can do. Another thing you can do when a club order comes due. I know once one very successful consultant, every Sunday, it's club day, and she'll go in and she'll show a picture of somebody's club order in her VIP group, just to show what somebody's getting. Like, oh my gosh, she's still getting Camu. Because she put in her club order, or she's still getting Honeymoon Hideaway from years ago. That was one of my favorites. So it gets people kind of excited and they can see what actually people are getting in their club. Another thing I do is I make a really big deal about it when they join the club. Like, yay, welcome to the club. And I have a little Canva, one of those MP4 videos that makes confetti fall and everything. So I try to make a big deal about it. And then I also do a golden envelope, which is kind of just a way to spoil my Scentsy Club members the month after their Scentsy Club processes. And I put samples in there and I try to educate them on special things about the club. I'm actually getting ready to mail mine Wednesday. And this time it's going to have samples of the holiday bricks. And then it's also going to have a little thing letting them know that not only can you order those bricks now, but you can put those scents in bars in your club. That's the only way you can get those scents in bars, is if you add them to your club. So things like that to make them feel like they're special, and just to educate them, I think really helps with growing your Scentsy Club subscriptions. So PRV, new team members, and Scentsy Club are some of the goals that I think you should have to help you be consistent and help your business grow. What else did I want to talk about? I just really kind of wanted to give you some ideas, because saying you should have a goal of $2,000 a month is, might just seem overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even get 1,000, or I can't even get 200. 2,000 sounds like too much. But I will tell you, once you have a $2,000 month, you're going to want to have another one because your paycheck is going to be a minimum of $600 because you're going to get 30% of your $2,000. And you're going to get that big $600 paycheck. And then the next month after that, and you sell 500 and you're going to get $100 and you're going to be like, oh man, I want that $2,000 paycheck. So try it. Maybe November is the month for you to try it. And because again, October, November are going to be our biggest months. Those of you who already have 1,000, Tabitha or Casey or Alyssa, there's still half a month left this month. There's still a half a month left. So amazing things can happen if you put your mind to it. So don't be afraid of those big, scary dreams because they can make your big, scary dreams happen. What else? Do you guys, I mean, I can throw some more ideas at you and stuff, but do you guys have questions for me, maybe about what's worked for me in the past or a scenario that you have in your business that you want to get better at or do something different? Or I'm here to just converse with you, answer questions, and see where it goes.
Have you found Facebook parties just as good as home parties?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, I know none of my people are having home parties still. Facebook parties, you can reach a broader amount of people and you could reach way more people. Like Alyssa lives in Indiana. I forget where Cara lives. I don't think Cara lives around here. Cara, where do you live?
I'm in Union City, California.
Okay, so she is around here. So I just had a bunch of Facebook parties in Indiana and in Louisiana, and I have a bunch of people in Kansas. So you're just going to reach way more people doing Facebook parties. Whereas if you do a home party, usually my goal is for that person to invite or get 10 people to come to that party. So you're just limiting yourself a little bit, but also home parties are amazing. They're fun because people are smelling, and you can do $500,000 in 2 hours instead of taking you a whole week to do it. So it's just a whole different thing. And I would say one of the best tips I have is to not put all your eggs in one basket and to do lots of different things. When I first started, I'd get $2,000 a month. And I'd be like, how did I do that? Because I didn't have a party this month. Or how did I do that? Because I don't even know how I got to 2,000. I just did. And when I'd go back and look at it and try to figure out how I did it, it was because I did lots of different things. I would do a catalog party and a home party and a Facebook party and maybe a fundraiser. And then I'd also be advertising the LTOs and the scent of the month and things like that, my monthly mailing and my follow-ups, all those things add up in the end. So don't just get stuck on one thing. As I do one thing well, I think I do Facebook parties really well, and that's my bread and butter, and I love doing them. But if I didn't do the other things, and I didn't promote the LTOs, and I didn't do catalog parties, and I didn't follow up with my customers, I know my PRV would not be where it is today. If I didn't do those things. So not to overwhelm you and tell you to do a million things, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're waiting for that one home party that you have scheduled on the 25th of this month, for your month to be good, and then guess what, your hostess gets sick, or your hostess has 2 people show up instead of 10, your whole month's kind of blown because you were putting all your eggs in one basket. Well, that's a good question. Any other questions kind of like that? I love that. And Tabitha, you've done both. Which one do you prefer?
My home party was the best so far. I'm lucky to hit 200 on my Facebook parties.
There you go. And I know you just closed that not too long ago. And I think you said you didn't get any parties booked from that party, right?
I have not. I have no other parties booked for this month. I can't get people to book.
Okay. I think what I would do if I were you is, are you going to deliver those home party things, the bags, the orders? to-
No, they had them shipped.
Okay,
But I am sending them out a monthly flyer thing, and I'm sending out thank you cards too.
yes, you know what I would do? I would put a booking special on there.
I did. I
Perfect.
so did.
Good, good girl. I don't need to tell you nothing. Good, good. Hi, Kay. Thanks for joining us. We were just letting people ask questions about getting orders, PRV, that kind of thing. I wanted to share my screen with you guys. I know I've said before that I do like a Mad Mimi newsletter and a Google form for all my LTOs, but I wanted to see what it looks like if you haven't, just to give you an idea of what a Google form even is. How many of you use Google Forms for anything? Any of you?
I do.
Okay, awesome. Let me show you this and just give you an idea. So, especially lately, I mean, it just happens every Thursday, Scentsy sending out a news tab release saying something is releasing on Monday. So we have from Thursday to Monday to get as many pre-orders as we can to hopefully get our customers orders in on Monday before things sell out. Okay, so it's kind of hit or miss, close. But if you don't have a plan to make that happen, then it's hard to do. I think somebody today mentioned that they only had today, but they didn't have today. They had since Thursday because it goes in the news tab on Thursday. Maybe you're just seeing it in our team group today, but it's your job to check the news tab every day. I try to put those things on the team page, but I don't always get around to doing that. So be sure to be checking your news tab. And this is what I found that works for me. I do a Google form and I mail it out either on Thursday or Friday, email it to my customers, hopefully get some pre-orders that way. I can also use that Google form to when I do a Facebook post that says this cute warmer's coming, click here for details. That's my Google form, so they can actually pre-order right there. So I'm sprinkling that throughout social media throughout the weekend. And then actually on Monday, I'll do a project broadcast text to everybody who gets my texts that will go out when it hits like at 10:15, so that when they click on it, they can actually order it. So those people aren't really pre-ordering. I'm just letting them know when it becomes available. But I just want to show you what it kind of looks like. Are you seeing a little newsletter thing here?
Yep,
Okay.
it's there.
Perfect, perfect. So this is what a Mad Mimi newsletter looks like. You can change this, you can change the colors, all of that. But basically, this is real short and sweet. It just says that our Christmas favorites collection is launching on October 17th while supplies last. And to click the button here for more details or to pre-order. And then I can add these cute little graphics to it. And this little thing that says click here to pre-order, if they click on it, that's what's going to take them into my Google form. And this is what my Google form looks like, basically saying, look at these things below, fill it out. If you order anything, I'll get back to you to collect payment and I'll be on my computer as soon as they release to try to get it for you. And then they can just scroll down to all the things. It says, please order me one of the following, the truck or the truck and the tree or just the tree. Not anymore, but and then I added the bricks. And so all they have to do is click on these little buttons, boop, 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 and shop. And when they do, then I go in, figure out what their total is going to be, connect back with them, get their payment, and then place their orders on Monday. So, and the cool thing is, even though I did just the Bring Back My Buddies, I added the Warmer of the Month because that's going to be available on November 1st. I added the limited edition that's going to be available on November 1st. And then just for the heck of it, I added a lot of the Christmas things because if maybe they didn't see a Christmas thing that they liked up there, they could order it down here, even though I've already sent that to them once before. And then down below, it's basically saying all these things they can check. my wish list is too long, set up a VIP link for me, or I want to earn free stuff by having a party, asks for their last name or their contact information, if they want it direct shipped or me to deliver it, how they want to pay, da, 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 da. So that is what a Google form looks like. And if you can get good at doing Google forms, they're super easy. I have a YouTube video on how to do it. It's in our Blessed Beyond Belief page. It'll walk you through it. But like that one that I just showed you, all I did is I went in and I clicked make a copy from the one that I did last week and then just changed it up. So if it sounds like that's a lot of stuff to do on Thursday to add all that to a Google form, it's not really, because I just copied it and then I'm just adding the new things in there. All those things down at the bottom, all those old the Christmas stuff from the holiday collection, they were already in there. I just added the Christmas favorites, the holiday bricks, and the bring back my buddies. So, and then everything else was there. So it's pretty easy to do. I know we've talked about LTOs before and things people do, but is there anything anybody's been doing lately that's been working for them to help get them that PRV? I'll give you a little tip that we did for Alyssa's party, because Alyssa decided after her party ended, but kind of ended, that she was going to join. And she was like at 4:18 and on Sunday, and then the flash sale was going to happen on Wednesday. I knew that. So guess what we did? We extended it out, and then we let everybody know about the flash sale, and then everybody ordered, and she got to over 1,000. We thought we were hoping she would get to 500. She got over 1,000 because of that flash sale and letting people know about it. So it's just good to have plans in place on how you're going to get that information out to your customers. What else did I want to talk to you about? Any other questions or? Let me just throw some ideas at you about VIP groups, because VIP groups is obviously a really good way to get information out to your people too. And here's one thing that I've done in the past that I would not like you to learn from, but I don't know. You know, we're not supposed to post about our business on Facebook, on our personal profile. Facebook doesn't want you to do that. And can like shut you down if you do that. That's why there's all Facebook bail and all that kind of crazy stuff. But so at one point I was like, I'm not going to do anything over on my personal page because I'm a rules follower. So I tried to switch over and do everything in my VIP group. Just everything. Scentsy was just going to be in my VIP group for my VIP people. But I would really tell you, don't do that. If you do that, you're going to miss out a whole bunch of people over there. And if you're just posting in your Facebook personal profile and you're not posting in stories, you're going to miss out on a whole bunch of other people over there. So you gotta do it everywhere, right? But if you're just for the things that you do just in your VIP group, one thing to not forget about is to make your VIP group grow. So you remember that 2,000, 2 new recruits, 2 new Scentsy Club people. What if you added in there 5 new VIP people in your VIP group? Because for a long, long time, I didn't really add people to my VIP group. I don't know, I just kind of forgot about it and thought that was going to happen like organically. But until I put it on my daily checklist where I invite 5 people a day to my VIP group, so it'll grow, it wasn't really growing. So make sure that your VIP group is growing, whether it be from people from your Facebook parties or whatever, or just people who have ordered from you. Maybe they don't even know that you have a Facebook VIP group. Maybe they don't even know you are on Facebook. So make that a conversation that you're having, or at least you can do a little QR code too for people to join your VIP group. Maybe send that out in your monthly mail. And then your VIP group, make it fun, make it interactive, ask questions other than Scentsy. One person recently said she doesn't even post anything personal on her personal profile anymore. She posts it all in her VIP group because she wants her customers to get to know her. So try to make, what am I trying to say? Try to not just make that about the sale, but try to make it about getting those people to know you. Not just Scentsy, but your family, what you like, what your hobbies are. Share a recipe with them if you just made something, you know, that kind of thing in your VIP group. Another thing I do is I do a monthly drawing every month in my VIP group, and I give them tickets for that monthly drawing for doing all kinds of different things, whether it be which warmer looks best in this um, room, you know, those pick a warmer things, or maybe it's just what are you doing this weekend, or you know, come out with a post of your dog or something like that, anything to get them interactive, to get tickets for that monthly drawing. And then you can pull up a report in Facebook of your top contributors for that group. And they love that. I think that gets them excited about contributing because they might get on that top 10 and they get a ticket for that. And then the end of the month, I do a drawing, and it's always my whiff box for my Scentsy Club is the prize, and they get super excited about trying new products. And that's a great way to kind of get rid of your whiff box if you have one, rather than taking it all apart and adding it back to your stock to sell at an event or something like that. Get it in somebody's hands so they're going to try it. And then that person, of course, you're going to ask them afterwards if they like their whiff box, and maybe they're your next Scentsy Club subscriber because they want to get a whiff box every month. So that's some ideas on VIP groups. Oh, another thing that I do, I have this little basket next to my desk, and it has the tickets. It has blank tickets and filled out tickets for that drawing. So I don't have to go back. So, you know, sometimes when you do a drawing like that and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to recreate that or try to keep track of what everybody did. When somebody gets a ticket for the thing, I just grab it out of there, write it on there, and put it back in there. So at the end of the month, it's all ready to go for my drawing, and I don't have to recreate that wheel and figure out who earned the ticket.
I have
Uh,
something.
Yeah,
So I've been making reels with the new things coming,
nice.
which I've actually got someone who I don't know who they are, but they have been really interactive. So that just keeps popping it back up. And, you know, so other people see it when somebody reacts or says something. So um, now she's following my reels, and she's got a couple of her friends because she'll tag somebody in it and they tag somebody. So
Awesome.
that's what I've been doing lately, you know, with new stuff coming out. So,
And when you do reels, do you do stories too, or?
yeah, I do stories, I do reels. I've been trying to stay on top of TikTok and doing the same thing, you know, showing the new stuff coming. So, you know, it's just remembering every time. That is the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, and that might be where like a little daily checklist might come in handy for you, because I do have that on there. When it says post on social media, it's personal timeline, business page, VIP group, Instagram, Facebook story, team group. You could do reels, you could do TikTok. Add those on there because you forget there's so much.
Yeah. There's
So
so much social media, and it's like, oh my God. And I did not want to be on TikTok at all. And I'm like, you know, I like watching some of the videos, but now I'm just trying to use my imagination, how I can change it up so it's more, you know, just not actually me on there all the time, but, you know,
yeah.
being present.
Well, and that is the perfect example of what I say when I say sprinkle it. Sprinkle it all
Yeah.
around social media. You can't just keep posting in your VIP group to the same 60 people. You can't just keep posting on your personal profile. All your friends are going to be like, oh my gosh, does she do anything else besides Scentsy? Does she have a life? You know, because that's not what Facebook is for. Facebook is to
Right.
make connections with your friends. It's not to promote business. So sprinkle it. I love it.
Well,
And I
and
will tell you,
is
go right ahead.
Facebook's been weird because I'm not getting notified until hours or sometimes the next day of post. And it's like, this was posted, 5 minutes ago. But then when I look, it's like, no, that was posted yesterday.
I just saw something about that. Somebody else was saying the same thing. Yeah, their algorithms are crazy. But I will tell you, Kay, you're on the right track because when I did my event this summer, I don't know how many people came up to my booth and said, "Oh, I saw that on TikTok," or "I saw that on somebody's reel," or people are watching people do that, and yay for somebody else doing it and them coming to my booth and buying from me. But they're watching and they're excited about it and they're seeing that. So they just need maybe someone like you guys, if you're not doing those things, to send them some samples or let them borrow a warmer over the weekend or something like that to introduce them to it. Because once you introduce them to it, then they become addicts and you become their dealer, and it's a wonderful little addiction. And that's another thing too. If you have stuff sitting around your house, if you have an old warmer, I have a warmer in my daughter's old room. She's not in there anymore. It only gets turned on if somebody comes to visit, but gosh, that thing should be going out to like a neighbor every week, right? Every weekend. Do you want to borrow a warmer for the weekend? Or just ask, is anybody out there not tried Scentsy that would want to maybe be my, what do you call them? Reviewer over the weekend or something. Just borrow it and tell me what you think. It's that easy. Because once they try it, they're gonna love it. I am a super case in point with that. My sister sold Scentsy for a year before I tried it. She kept telling me I needed to sell it. She kept telling me I needed to try it. And I was like, I like my candles. And a year later, she sent me one for my birthday. And 2 days later, I signed up to sell it because I loved it. And it took me that long. It just took her sending me one for my birthday that I wasn't going to pay for and just try to get addicted to it. So get it in people's hands. This would be great for Cara and Alyssa, those people, those new people. Now that your Facebook parties are over, you gotta like, how are you going to reach some new people? That would be a really good way to introduce people and build that customer base. Anything else, you guys? For those that have been around a little bit, Casey and Kay's been around a little bit. Anything you did at the beginning or that you're doing now that you wish you had done at the beginning, like anything that's working for you that you're like, man, I should have done that sooner.
I wish I kept a better log of who I sent what to. Because I didn't before. I would just send stuff out and there you go, have fun with it. And then the next month or, because I'm not consistent with my mail. It's usually every 3 months that I send out happy mail just because I'm too busy. But I've sent the same one twice. And somebody had said, hey, I was hoping it would be a different one. I'm like, oh man. But it's like, I love it that much. You have to buy some. That's always my excuse. But I love it. You haven't bought any, so. But that's one thing I wish I did when I first started was kept track.
Yep.
So my last newsletter, I have everything marked, what I sent, who I sent it to. So now this month I won't send the same thing twice.
Yes. When I do my fun mail, it's always the warmer of the month flyer and the Rub and Small sticker for the warmer of the month. So that's kind of how I keep track of it in my head because I know this month. And that's what I sent out. And the next month I'll send that out again. So, but I hear you. When I do my golden envelopes, I'm kind of that way, like, what should I send this time? So another thing to keep track of is catalog parties. If you have more than one catalog party, hopefully you'll get to that point where you have 3 or 4 that you have out. Keep track of who has them because you'll forget. Like you don't think you're gonna forget, but all of a sudden it's like, where did that other catalog party go? Who has it? So real good to keep track of that so that you know to get that back from them.
Right.
They're like socks in the dryer, they disappear.
Yeah.
What about you, Casey? You got anything like that you want to share? You're good. I would think if I would say anything, just follow up with your people. I wish I would have started my monthly mail 13 years ago. The way I do mine, I think you guys, most of you know, but for those of you who are new, every month I send out a monthly mail and it is the 1 month flyer, a sticker, and some other kind of flyer that I make with something on there pertaining to this month. And I send it to everybody who ordered from me for the last 3 months. That's how I keep it in my head. If you ordered from me, you're going to get my monthly mail for 3 months. And on that last month where you need to order from me to get it again, they get a little sticker that says, oh no, please don't go. This will be your last month to get my monthly fun mail. I appreciate you and hope to hear from you soon. And in looking at my spreadsheet and everything like that, it works. Those people reorder on that, oh no, please don't go month. So I wish I would have started that from the very, very beginning. So if that's something you want to bite into and try out, I think that would be a really good way to keep your customers updated on what is new as well. And then maybe one other thing, all your customers, you know that Mad Mimi newsletter I do, where I send out an email to say what's new. Get your customers now, especially when you just are starting, get those emails into Mad Mimi or into MailChimp or into maybe an Excel spreadsheet where you're going to have all of their emails so that you can send something out to them quick. Because if 3 years from now or next winter, fall, you're thinking, oh, I wish I had everybody's email in one place, and you try to recreate that, it's going to be kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yes, you can grab those things from your workstation, but for me, I do a lot of events and I do just follow-ups with people, maybe ordered from me from my inventory. They're not necessarily in my workstation. So you need to make sure that you're grabbing those people too. Don't forget about those people. All right. Anything else you guys want to chat about or ask about? This was kind of impromptu tonight because Christy and Brandy being gone, but like I said, I still wanted to get on here and chat with you guys and use it as an opportunity to share a little bit and see if you had any questions. I'm sure Alyssa and Cara have a million questions because they're brand new, and I will be working with you on those things. But if there's anything else, actually, I'm just going to stop the recording. That's what